Have you ever wondered why the media is always obsessed with outer space, alien planets, and the farthest reaches of the galaxy? Our gaze is so often fixed upwards, towards the cold, dark expanse, dreaming of what lies beyond. We speak of colonizing Mars, of peering into the depths of black holes, and of returning to the moon. These are, of course, grand and noble pursuits that push the boundaries of human knowledge. But in our relentless quest for the stars, we seem to have forgotten the profound and often unsettling mysteries that lie right here, on our own world, buried just beneath our feet. While the cosmos offers endless questions, our own planet holds secrets just as deep, if not deeper. The Earth has a history far more ancient and complex than we often acknowledge, a history written not in books, but in stone, soil, and shadow. Across deserts, mountains, and ancient cities, there are objects and structures that shouldn't exist, relics of a past that defy our modern understanding of technology, art, and even human nature itself. They are anomalies, whispers from a time we thought we knew, challenging the very foundations of our accepted timeline. In this journey, we will not be looking to the heavens, but downwards into the very ground we walk upon. Together, we will unearth 5 of the most baffling discoveries ever made on this planet. From armies frozen in time to fortresses built by a single enigmatic man, we will explore secrets that have been hidden, some intentionally, from the public eye. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the world, as we peel back the layers of history and confront the enigmas that lie beneath. Our journey begins in the heart of China in the year 1974. A group of farmers desperate for water during a crippling drought began to dig a well. They could never have imagined what their simple search for sustenance would uncover. As their shovel struck something hard, it was not rock they found, but the head of a man, fashioned from clay. They had stumbled upon one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time, the Terracotta Army, a silent subterranean legion standing guard for eternity. This was no mere collection of statues. It was an entire army, thousands strong, crafted with a devotion and detail that is almost incomprehensible. Each soldier is life-sized, a unique individual frozen in time. Their faces, their hairstyles, the very tread on their shoes, no two are exactly alike. They are a snapshot of a living, breathing military force, arrayed in perfect battle formation, ready to defend their master in the afterlife. The sheer scale of the project is staggering, a testament to the immense power of the man they were made to protect. This silent garrison was created for Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China, over 2,200 years ago. The central mystery is not simply their existence, but their creation. How, in an age without mechanized tools or modern mass production techniques, could such a vast and intricate army be fashioned? It is estimated that over 700,000 laborers toiled for decades to complete this monumental task. The logistics, the artistry, the sheer willpower required challenge our perceptions of ancient capabilities. The soldiers themselves are a marvel of engineering. Fired in kilns with remarkable precision, they were originally painted in vibrant, lifelike colors, a detail that tragically faded within moments of being exposed to the air after 2 millennia in darkness. Spears, swords, and crossbows, still astonishingly sharp, were found alongside them, their chromium plating a technology thought to be a modern invention. This suggests a level of metallurgical sophistication that was centuries ahead of its time. Even more tantalizing is what remains undiscovered. The soldiers are merely the sentinels. They stand guard over the emperor's tomb, a vast, unexcavated mausoleum that lies at the center of this complex. Ancient texts describe it as a microcosm of his empire, with palaces, towers, and even rivers of flowing mercury mimicking the Yangtze and Yellow rivers. The Chinese government, wary of the potential damage that excavation could cause with current technology, has left it sealed. The tomb is protected by legends of deadly booby traps, and high concentrations of mercury in the surrounding soil suggest these ancient warnings may be true. What treasures, what knowledge, what secrets about this powerful dynasty lie within that unopened palace? The emperor's final resting place remains one of the greatest sealed mysteries on the planet, a puzzle locked away from the modern world. And so, the Terracotta Army stands in silent vigil, a powerful reminder of a past that is both grander and more technologically advanced than we ever imagined. Each stoic face seems to hold a secret, a story of its creation and a promise of the even greater wonders that still lie buried, waiting for a time when we are finally ready or able to uncover them. They are a testament to the fact that beneath the soil, entire worlds can lie hidden. We now travel across the globe, from the ancient empires of the East to the humid subtropical landscape of 1930s Florida. Here, a different kind of mystery was being built, not by an army of artisans, but by the hands of a single, reclusive man. His name was Edward Leedskalnin, a Latvian immigrant standing just 5 feet tall and weighing a mere 100 pounds. And he single-handedly built a monument that continues to baffle engineers and scientists to this day. The Coral Castle. This is not a castle in the traditional sense, but a sprawling compound made of megalithic stones, some weighing up to 30 tons. Leedskalnin quarried, carved, and moved these colossal blocks of oolitic limestone, also known as coral rock, with no apparent assistance. He worked almost exclusively at night, by the dim light of a lantern, jealously guarding his methods from any prying eyes. When asked how he accomplished these impossible feats, he would only reply that he understood the laws of weight and leverage. The precision of his work is as astounding as the scale. He erected a 9-ton gate that was so perfectly balanced it could be opened with the push of a single finger. He crafted rocking chairs, a telescope, and a sundial, all from solid stone, all calibrated with uncanny accuracy. The blocks are fitted together with no mortar, relying on their immense weight and precise placement to hold them in place, a technique reminiscent of the Great Pyramids of Egypt. The core of the mystery is, of course, how. Modern engineers, with all their knowledge and equipment, have stated they would need massive cranes and powerful machinery to replicate what Leedskalnin did alone. Theories abound, ranging from the mundane to the extraordinary. Some suggest he used a complex system of pulleys and counterweights, a clever but conventional solution. Yet, no evidence of such equipment was ever found on the site. Others venture into more speculative territory. Leedskalnin himself wrote pamphlets on magnetism and cosmic energy, leading some to believe he had discovered a form of anti-gravity, or a way to manipulate the Earth's magnetic field to make the stones weightless. He claimed to have rediscovered the secrets of the pyramids, a bold statement from a man with only a 4th-grade education. His sparse workshop contained only simple, handmade tools that seem wholly inadequate for the task. Witness accounts from the time are scarce and often contradictory. Some teenagers claim to have spied on him one night, seeing the coral blocks float like hydrogen balloons. Whether this was youthful exaggeration or a glimpse of something truly paranormal, we will never know. Leedskalnin took his secrets to his grave in 1951, leaving behind a stone fortress as his only legacy and a profound question mark for future generations. Today, Coral Castle stands as a silent monument to one man's obsession and his inexplicable genius. It is a physical paradox, a structure that, by all logical accounts, should not exist. Was Edward Leedskalnin a master of forgotten physics, a brilliant engineer who kept his revolutionary methods to himself, or did he stumble upon a force that science has yet to understand? The stones themselves offer no answers, only a heavy silent testament to a mystery that has been left for us to solve. Our next mystery is not carved from stone but drawn on parchment. It is an object whose significance lies not in its physical weight, but in the immense weight it carries for our understanding of history. It is the Vinland Map, a document that, if authentic, proves that Norse explorers mapped the shores of North America nearly 500 years before Christopher Columbus ever set sail. Its emergence in the 1950s sent shockwaves through the academic world, igniting a controversy that still burns today. The map was brought to Yale University in 1957, bound within a 15th-century book. It is a simple, unassuming world map, but on its far left edge, it depicts a large island labeled Vinelanda, Insula, Vinland, the land of vines. This landmass, located west of Greenland, bears a striking resemblance to parts of northeastern North America. The map is accompanied by a text, the Historia Tartarorum, which describes a journey by Friar John de Plano Carpini to the Mongol Empire, lending the entire volume an air of historical legitimacy. If the map is genuine and dates to the mid-15th century as claimed, the implications are profound. It would mean that knowledge of the New World was not only present in Europe before 1492, but was also being recorded cartographically. It would rewrite the story of the Age of Discovery, shifting the focus from a singular, celebrated voyage to a more complex, centuries-long process of exploration. It would validate the Norse sagas, which for centuries told tales of Leif Erikson's voyages to a new land, stories often dismissed as mere myth. The debate over its authenticity has been a scientific saga in itself. Initial analysis in the 1960s seemed to support its medieval origins. However, in the 1970s, a new technique revealed traces of anatase, a form of titanium dioxide, in the ink. This specific type of anatase was a synthetic pigment not commercially produced until the 1920s, leading many to declare the map a brilliant modern forgery. The case seemed closed. The map was a fake. But the story does not end there. In subsequent decades, further studies have muddied the waters once more. Some scientists argued that anatase could occur naturally in the types of ink used in the Middle Ages. The parchment itself has been consistently carbon dated to around 1440. The wormholes in the map perfectly align with the wormholes in the authentic 15th century texts it was bound with, suggesting they have been together for a very long time. The controversy is a battle of disciplines. Historians, chemists, physicists, and cartographers all offer conflicting evidence. Was it a masterful forgery, created by a brilliant scholar in the 20th century to fool the world? Or is it a genuine medieval artifact whose chemical composition has been misunderstood or contaminated over time? The map has been called both the most important cartographic document of the Middle Ages and the most clever fraud in history. And so, the Vinland map remains in a state of academic limbo, a Schrödinger's cat of history. It exists as both real and fake, a document that simultaneously confirms and confounds our narrative of the past. It serves as a powerful reminder that history is not a static set of facts, but a continuous investigation, and that a single piece of parchment, hidden away for centuries, has the power to challenge the story we tell ourselves about who we are and how we came to be. We now delve deeper into the past, far beyond recorded history, to a time before our own species even walked the earth. In a cave in the Makapan Valley of South Africa, a discovery was made that is small in size but immense in its implications for the very origins of human consciousness. It is a simple, water-worn pebble, no bigger than a fist. But what makes it extraordinary is that it bears the unmistakable natural likeness of a human face. This object, known as the Makapansgat pebble, was found in 1925 amongst the fossilized bones of an Australopithecus africanus, a pre-human ancestor who lived nearly 3 million years ago. This is a creature that existed long before the dawn of art, tools, or language as we know them. The pebble itself is a type of reddish-brown jasperite, and its face, with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, was formed entirely by natural geological processes, a fluke of erosion and sedimentation. The profound mystery of the pebble is not how it was formed, but why it was found where it was. The cave where the Australopithecus remains were discovered is more than 30 kilometers away from the nearest known source of this type of stone. This means that one of our distant ancestors found this pebble, recognized the face-like pattern, and, for reasons we can only guess, decided it was special enough to carry it all that way back to their dwelling. This simple act represents a monumental leap in cognitive evolution. It is not tool use, which is about survival and utility. It is not art, as the object was found, not made. It is something in between. It is symbolic thought. The act of picking up an object not for its usefulness, but for what it represents, in this case, a face, is arguably the very first glimmer of abstract thinking, the seed from which all art, religion and science would eventually grow. What was going through the mind of this hominid 3 million years ago? Did it see a friend, an ancestor, a god? Or was it simply captivated by the curiosity of seeing a familiar pattern in an unexpected place? We can never truly know. But the presence of this pebble in that cave suggests that the capacity for wonder, for seeing meaning in the world around us, is far older than we ever believed. Before this discovery, it was widely thought that symbolic behavior began with our own species, Homo sapiens, perhaps 100,000 years ago. The Makapansgat pebble pushes that timeline back by millions of years. It challenges our definition of what it means to be human, and suggests that the journey towards self-awareness began in the minds of creatures we long considered to be little more than clever apes. This small, unassuming stone is, in a very real sense, the oldest known piece of non-utilitarian art in the world. It is a fossil not of bone, but of an idea. It tells us that long before our ancestors painted on cave walls or carved figures from ivory, They were collectors of curiosities capable of appreciating form and pattern. It is a humble yet powerful link to the dawn of the human imagination, a tiny face staring back at us from across an almost unimaginable gulf of time. Our final mystery takes us to the bustling heart of one of the world's greatest cities, London. Here, encased in a glass box on a modern street, sits a rather unremarkable-looking block of limestone. It is weathered, chipped, and unassuming. Most people who pass it every day barely give it a second glance. Yet this is the London Stone, an artifact of immense antiquity and the subject of a powerful centuries-old legend. Its origins are completely unknown. No one knows how old it is, who put it there, or for what purpose. Theories range from it being a Roman milestone marking the center of Londinium, to a druidic altar used for ancient rituals, or even part of a stone circle that predates the city itself. For centuries, it was embedded at street level on Cannon Street, a silent witness to the city's entire history unfolding around it. What makes this simple stone so compelling is the powerful mythology that has grown around it. The most famous legend, popularized as far back as the 16th century, states, "So long as the stone of Brutus is safe, so long shall London flourish." This prophecy ties the very fate of the city to the stone's survival. It is seen not just as a rock, but as the symbolic heart of London, its palladium, its guardian. This belief has ensured its protection through centuries of turmoil. The stone has survived the Great Fire of 1666, the Blitz of World War II, and the relentless tide of urban development. While entire streets and buildings around it were razed and rebuilt, the London Stone was always carefully preserved and repositioned. It has been moved several times, but always kept close to its original home, as if the city's leaders, even in modern times, are unwilling to test the ancient prophecy. The stone's history is intertwined with London's civic life. For centuries, oaths were sworn, and bargains struck upon it. It was a place of proclamations, and a symbol of authority. Jack Cade, the leader of a popular rebellion in 1450, struck the stone with his sword and declared himself lord of the city. A dramatic gesture, demonstrating the symbolic power it held even then. It is a silent anchor in the river of time. It has seen Romans, Saxons, and Normans. It has witnessed plagues, fires, wars, and revolutions. It has been touched by kings and commoners, rebels and builders. Every layer of London's vibrant, chaotic history has washed over this single, immovable point. It holds the memory of the city within its geological fabric, a silent observer that has outlasted empires. Today, it sits quietly behind its protective glass, a relic of a mystical past, incongruously placed in a world of steel and finance. It asks a profound question: why do we protect it? Is it merely a historical curiosity, or does some part of our collective consciousness, even in this rational age, still cling to the power of symbol and legend? The London Stone is more than just a rock. It is a mystery about our own relationship with the past, and a testament to the enduring power of a story. From silent armies to a single enigmatic pebble, the Earth holds its stories close. The 5 mysteries we have explored today are not isolated curiosities, they are profound challenges to our understanding of the past. They suggest that our ancestors were more capable, their thinking more complex, and their world more mysterious than the history books often lead us to believe. They prove that you don't need to look to the stars to find things that defy explanation. Sometimes, the greatest enigmas are buried just a few feet below the surface, waiting to be rediscovered. These objects invite us to question what we think we know. They ask us to consider that history is not a finished chapter, but a living text with many pages yet to be turned. What other secrets lie dormant beneath our cities, deserts, and oceans? What forgotten technologies and lost knowledge are waiting for a curious mind and a fortunate discovery to bring them back into the light? The world beneath our feet is a library of untold stories, and we have only just begun to read the spines of the books. Now we turn the question to you. Which of these mysteries captivated you the most? Was it the silent vigil of the terracotta army, the impossible engineering of Coral Castle, or the face staring at us from across 3 million years? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us continue this journey of discovery together. For the greatest adventure is not always in finding the answers, but in learning to ask the right questions about the world we all share.